also a couple of things going on in the world of movies, a couple of trailers that have been coming out. We're super excited about. Let's talk about Logan first.
Okay. Well, Logan is in the Marvel universe, which isn't your your forte, but
I like Marvel.
Well, okay, so yeah, it's in like the X-Men universe. Well, I mean, it's all the same.
Let's establish how do you feel about Marvel? How do you feel about DC? What do you prefer?
I love Marvel.
Okay.
I mean, and I like DC. Like I love the superhero, genre in general. But I find that I like more of the Marvel superheroes as opposed to the DC because they're so dark and grim and like I don't know.
Happy-go-lucky.
Too much. Yeah, there's too much bad in the world for me to like to want to have like favorite dark superheroes. But I like Marvel.
I would say Marvel too, like Iron Man and
Who else?
Thor and
One more.
Black Widow.
Okay. Couple more.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Superman. Like, I mean, Clark Kent's pretty hot, but that's it. That's as far as I go.
Which Clark Kent? Just in general, the cartoon?
The one in the latest movie.
Oh, okay. Henry Cavill, right?
Did you watch the show Smallville?
Mm-mm.
So good. You didn't watch it.
I heard
right?
that's a good one. I never saw it because I was a grown up. And no, I didn't have time. No, I heard it was really good. I had people always I didn't have CW. So giving me like, here, watch season 1 on DVD or whatever.
It's
I couldn't.
so good. Like they have.
I never gave it a chance.
Yeah. And Smallville has like the Monster of the Week.
Sure.
Type thing. So for 10 seasons, and toward the end, I mean, they had Zod, and so they had it. There was an actual like plot that they had to follow. But I mean, so the first few seasons, he was like a little baby, and he was just trying to stop bad
learning
villains.
His powers, right?
Yeah,
Like he
learning
wasn't
his
full-fledged Superman. He was
he wasn't like full-fledged, like even admitting that he was Superman until season 9.
What?
Yeah, like real late in the game, and so there was a lot of like. And also with Lois Lane, like they didn't get together until like the last episode. It was so frustrating. But yeah, so that's my rant. Sorry.
So again, you lean towards Marvel, but you like the DC shows like Flash. You watch Arrow also, right? You watch
yes, Arrow. Even though he's always crying like a little baby, but yes.
So you love Arrow. Got it. Yeah, and I like Marvel movies. No, I love the Marvel movies. Saw, the Captain America, all those. I've seen all the movies. I like them. But I prefer DC, the DC world. It feels more real to me. I think maybe I do like the more realistic. Like I love Batman.
Yes, the Fishman, super realistic.
Fishman, you got what's his name? You got Martian Manhunter. No, like I like I don't know. I just always lean towards Batman. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Spider-Man. But Spider-Man was like my top, and then Batman since I was a kid, like the old Adam West Batman show. So I love that. So I lean towards that way.
That's the holy one?
What's that?
The
holy musical
holy
Batman.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, the holy whatever. That's where that comes from. So I always lean that way. But now we have Logan. Logan trailer came out, which is X-Men, an X-Men property, but doesn't even...
X-Men. It doesn't feel like that.
Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I haven't seen the trailer.
It's a 1 minute trailer.
I think I saw you guys watching it, but I was
Well,
looking at you.
You're looking at us watching the trailer.
Yeah.
No, well, so, yeah, if you want to talk about... What do you think?
Logan, oh man, I love Logan. Not the movie, the character Logan, who is Wolverine.
Yeah, if you're not familiar.
If you're not familiar, yeah. So Logan is the person who his superhero is alter ego.
Yeah, his alter ego. So his name that he goes by is Logan, but his superhero
identity
name is Wolverine.
Is
the
Wolverine.
code name
in
they
the
call him
X-Men,
Wolverine.
right?
Yeah.
And so I've always loved him as a comic book character, as a Marvel, universe character. And so, I mean, I loved, I know a lot of people didn't really like, it wasn't super, super popular, but I remember watching, the Wolverine, like origins and stuff like that. And so I love him, but this one didn't feel like that at all. And I don't know if it's because it's 2016 and everything is changing and it looked very like dystopian.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like X-Men to me. Even like the last X-Men movie, like it didn't feel like the First Class films at all.
It doesn't seem like it's in the same universe. Yeah, when I saw it, I'm like, holy crap! This movie looks really different, really cool. And then of course the music. You have the Johnny Cash
That was such a good
singing
song. It was a good
Nine
choice.
Inch Nails "Hurt," and he has his own way of doing it, and it just adds this whole dystopian, like she said, post-apocalyptic feel of it. And then it got me wondering, when does this take place? Is this in between, or when is it? And then you see Professor Xavier, so it's shortly after, or sometime after, the X-Men 3 or
Films.
whatever, the films, because they've already changed the continuity with the movies and stuff. Have you seen any of the X-Men movies?
I've seen the latest one with the young kids and everything.
Yeah. So I really like First Class. And then I did like the other two, which were Days of Future Past, which is cool stuff. Which, I mean, the main character was Wolverine. He was the main one. It was cool seeing him there. And then in the most recent one, it was the Apocalypse, right? X-Men Apocalypse, which was a cool cameo by Logan, keeping it that way, as Weapon X, which was a huge surprise. I don't know, did you watch that one? And I said to Donald Trump.
That's the latest one.
I can't even say it. Yeah, it was a huge surprise.
Yeah, that was the one that just came out in theaters.
Mhm.
A few
Do you remember
months
that
ago.
part? Did you know what
When
was
he
that?
comes out of the cave, right?
Like a cage. They kind of let him go,
Yeah.
and he goes
It
berserk
was
and
really
kills
brief.
everybody.
Yeah, it was really brief.
Oh man, that was so cool. Like, I know as an X-Men fan, because I did watch the cartoon as a child. That was my first introduction. I think with a lot of people, introduction into X-Men was the X-Men show, which was really well done and actually had a lot of similarities. He didn't stab anybody in the cartoon. They were always robots or that kind of thing. But in that movie, he actually went berserk, and there's blood everywhere, and he had like the bone claws and stuff. No, he didn't have the bone claws. He had the adamantium
bone,
ones.
yeah.
That's right. So it's really cool. I'm looking forward to this one, but I don't know if you've played or heard of the video game Last of Us.
Mm-mm.
There's a lot of comparisons online, but the first thing, I'm not stealing it from anybody, but I played that game. It was on PS3. Had the same feel, same look. I don't know if they borrowed a lot from that game, because he looks like the main character in The Last of Us, as well as a little girl. So the whole point of that game is this guy protecting this little girl the whole time. And that's what it kind of gave that feeling, he's going to be protecting this little girl. And I haven't looked too much into who it is. I haven't looked at any spoilers or anything like that, but I want to keep it that way. I don't want to know
The
too
little
much.
girl?
Yeah, because
Except her
there's already
cool, her cute sunglasses.
at the end, those cool sunglasses that you predict are gonna
Go viral.
Yeah, and explode, and everybody's
So,
gonna
like,
have
did you watch Iron Man 3?
Mm-hmm.
So that watch that he had, the Dora the Explorer watch.
Is it Dora or Hello Kitty?
No, it's Dora.
Okay, see, I don't remember. Oh no,
Oh man, I don't remember now.
maybe it was Dora the Explorer.
I don't know, Jim. Oh man, I don't know.
Okay, it's gonna be this one right here.
Yes.
In front of Melinda's face. That one.
Oh man, I don't remember what it is now. It was one of those, and so that watch, because he was wearing it like as an actual watch, it went viral, and there's so many memes about it, and it got sold out in everywhere, eBay, Amazon, like everywhere, and it was just like this dumb little like kids watch, but it was so funny.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna go
Actually,
crazy.
because I want them.
Yeah.
I liked her sunglasses.
Yeah, so that's Logan. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's good. With these movies, it's hit or miss with these. Like, I know Wolverine Origins was a little off. Because of like Deadpool was done wrong.
Oh,
There's a lot of bad stuff in that movie.
Reynolds.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds played, and then he came back and did a cool Deadpool,
Yeah.
which is cool. But yeah, there's another big trailer that's out, which I think they released the second one a couple weeks ago, but we never talked about it. Rogue One. Star Wars. So we're pretty. How's your history of Star Wars, Claudia? I'll start with you.
I've watched all of them with Pablo. So,
Okay, so
yeah, I've
mostly
become
recent, right?
familiar, yeah. Since
you-
last November.
How many times have you seen Star Wars, do you think?
One. Well, once with my dad, young, right? But I don't remember those parts. And
Yeah.
then with Pablo when we watched them over Thanksgiving break
okay.
last year.
And how'd you watch them? Did you watch
In
them
order.
like
He made sure you
episode
watched
1,
them in
episode
order.
2, episode 3, episode 4, or you watched the old ones first and then?
We watched the old ones.
Oh, so you watched the old ones first and then the new ones?
He made, I don't remember, you're confusing me,
original
but I know that
trilogy.
he made sure that we watched them in order so that we don't get confused
So you
with
watched
the
it as
stories.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as opposed to
4, 5, 6,
1, 2, 3.
What? Do you remember? I think did you think like when you're watching it, oh man, these effects are bad?
Oh, yeah.
Like towards the end
Mhm.
or in the beginning? I don't know. Well,
No,
regardless,
because episode 3 still had some pretty bad
Pretty bad
effects,
effects.
also.
compared to, I mean, I can understand from like a standpoint if you're watching 1, 2, that's a problem. You watch them in order 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and you're like, whoa, it looks completely different.
And now it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, Rogue One.
And
4,
then
5, 6.
yeah, it's like a 3.5. It's like Lion King 2.5 or whatever, or 1.5 or whatever.
Oh my gosh, I remember watching that in theaters.
Did
Did you watch that?
Nope.
Lion King 1.5. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that was funny.
I never saw that.
It was good.
Was it?
It was like
Are you
they
sure?
broke. I
It
remember
was just
it being
Timon
good.
and Pumbaa,
But
right?
they were like breaking the fourth wall, so they were like talking to the audience, and they
Mm-hmm.
were like they'd pause the movie and say, "While that was happening, we were over here." And
Yeah.
it's like it was real dumb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. See, I like that, like Emperor's New Groove. I
Yes,
love
it's
Emperor's
a lot
New
of
Groove.
it's like that.
Yeah,
but
I love
fun-
it. But
funnier.
funnier?
Funnier.
Really? I
Yeah.
really like Emperor's New Groove. He's
Lion
good.
King.
David Spade, awesome.
Yeah, Emperor's New Groove.
So back to Rogue One. We're back. Rogue One is. So how did you watch it? What's your experience with Star Wars? Pull up the tat. Show the tat.
Actually,
and then the rebel symbol and the Empire. Yeah.
No, we are a Star Wars family,
Okay.
diehard. I grew up watching them when I was a
Your
child.
middle name is Vader.
It's Leia. No, it's Leia. No, but we are like through and through. And I mean, my uncle's the biggest Star Wars fan you will ever meet. He's come out in shows and like news articles because he's just so dedicated. And he does have 2 tattoos and this.
Cool.
I mean, he is the most extreme. But I mean,
Here, show the people your pen.
Oh yeah, my
There you go.
lightsaber pen.
There you go.
But yeah, I've read the books and the comic books
Mm-hmm.
and the omnibus, and I mean I think I know Star Wars.
She's dedicated.
I think I know Star Wars.
That's cool. Yeah, I have. I think we mentioned it in another one. I saw it as a kid. I think my cousins would love Return of the Jedi, so I'd watch it all the time. Jonathan, Eric, and Christopher, all the time in Houston, we'd watch it over and over, and it was out of context for me, but it was cool, like the lightsaber battles between Luke and Darth Vader, and the Emperor, of course. But then, yeah, I recently showed it to my son, Aaron, and we saw it a recommended way where you watch episode 4, episode 5, and then you start at 1, 2, 3, and then you finish off with 6.
I want to say that's probably the way we watched it, because we didn't watch, like, we had good effects 1st, and then it transitioned into ugly to the point where we were making fun of it, like,
Oh wow, that's
Hey,
not cool.
like the
Blasphemy.
effects, you know,
Yeah.
like the little monitos,
The Muppets, yeah.
the Chihuahuas,
The Ewoks.
The Chewoks.
Ewoks,
What do they look like? Do you remember?
like little chubby bears.
Yeah, pretty much. There you go.
Big Barney.
Like Barney's
Chubby
a
bears, yeah.
dinosaur.
No, from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah.
But I
You
remember
remember what episode
No.
I'm talking about?
Nope.
Pablo told me how it was, because I was like, man, why is it so weird? Why are Leia and the other dude kissing?
Han.
Luke.
No,
Oh.
the Han
Luke.
Solo.
Yeah.
Why? No, yeah,
Luke.
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 Yeah, the
Yeah,
brother
why
and sister.
are they kissing of their brother and sister, right? Because we knew about it, and he's like, because in this episode, like they don't know
They
yet,
don't
or
know,
something
yeah.
like that. But it's like, like
They gave you the nuns.
yeah, it gave me the nuns. I'm like, "Bleh."
Mm-hmm.
You have to at least know he's your brother.
No,
They
at that
didn't.
point,
They weren't
yeah,
raised
George
together.
Lucas didn't know. Yeah, there were different planets. Like they were. I mean, he was in Tatooine and she was in
Alderaan.
Alderaan. Yeah, so like they were completely different planets.
Yeah.
And so George Lucas didn't.
At the point when he wrote Star Wars,
I don't think he knew where
didn't
he was
know where
going.
he was
When
going. Yeah.
Yeah.
he was going
He
with-
made it up, I think, with the second and third. Yeah, after
Yeah.
it was a success, he added that on. As
After
far as I
they
know, the story
flirted.
goes. After they flirted, yeah, there's a lot of awkward stuff. But then again, they did kiss pretty hardcore in Empire Strikes Back, which was should have
Oh
already
wait,
known.
who did?
Luke and Leia, like she gets in front of Han because Han's getting jealous or
Oh
whatever.
yeah,
and
that's
she
when
goes
they're
and makes out
in
with
Hoth.
him.
No,
Yeah,
in Hoth.
like after he's hurt after the back to tank or something. That's pretty awkward. I think he did know. That's gross.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Ooh.
so we saw 4, 5, and then went 1, 2, 3, and then 6. It's called, I can't remember the order. It's right here. Maybe if I feel like adding it. Text. Yep. Yeah, but it's a cool way to watch it because it wraps up the story of redemption of Vader. Again, let's go Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Sorry, we can keep on going on a tangent. Rogue One looks so cool because it's talking about the stuff that you just hear about in episode 4.
And yeah, so the text that's the scroll that's happening in episode 4 is what
Pretty much
happened
Rogue One.
in Rogue One. Yeah, so they're filling in the pieces between 3 and 4, and oh man, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited. Like just seeing, I mentioned to Melinda because we just saw the trailer right before we started shooting.
Again, not for the first time.
Yeah, again, just to remember, and it was a second trailer, and the effects. Have you seen it, Claudia?
Yeah, I've seen it.
The effects, like it just looks so cool. Like seeing the stormtroopers in the black armor, seeing like,
but also seeing stormtroopers from 1, 2, 3 from the prequels.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
yeah.
you're not seeing the ones that you saw in episode 7.
Yeah.
You're not seeing those
The
high
new-
tech.
the
Yeah,
new
you're not seeing the
stormtroopers,
high
these
tech.
right here?
Yeah, you're seeing the
Classic
prequel.
stormtroopers, yeah.
Well, they're not classic because they don't really look like 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
Like not
they're
that much.
modified.
They're
kind
kind of like more from like the 1, 2, 3, I think, right? From the prequels.
No,
Or are
those
they from
they're
the
like
prequel?
they're
Well, I
from
mean, they're the
4.
same,
I
yeah.
think they're like a mixture of from 4 mostly because I think in continuity this takes place maybe a couple of months
Closer.
or a couple of years before episode 4. You might even like Luke's already a lot. I mean, he's like a teenager
Well,
already.
what did they say that it was 15 years
Is it-
after?
Episode 3.
Is that what it is?
So then
Wait,
Luke
does
would
that
be
make
15
sense?
years old, and Luke's like 15 years old or so. So we're not sure about the continuity, but it does take place in between that time. Luke's already a teen. You have these rebels, like I guess the start of the rebellion, I guess, and them getting the plans for the Death Star to share it, to know its weakness. And there's some cool stuff in there. Like I told Melinda, just seeing, and even from the first trailer, just seeing the AT-ATs walking through on that beach on different environments, like not just not just like Hoth,
Is that the way you say them?
AT-ATs. That's the official
Okay.
terminology. Why? What's up?
Well, I've always
AT-ATs.
AT-ATs.
There was a big thing, an internet thing. Did you read that?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know.
I called them AT-ATs until I think I started talking with other Star Wars people and then hearing AT-ATs, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then finalizing that,
Okay.
Yeah. Just like GIF and GIF, but I'll
I
never give
know.
that one up.
Okay.
I'll never give that one
Okay.
up. So you're welcome to keep AT-ATs.
Okay. I will.
But AT-ATs on the beach, which is really
AT-ATs
cool.
on the beach.
Yeah. Guess we'll agree to disagree. Wrong. Yeah. So just seeing them on the beach and seeing this cool stuff that we never saw before and just only imagined and read about in books, which is super cool and exciting that it doesn't even have to be the main cast of Star Wars. It's its own different story, which is cool. I love that direction. And just like in the title, what is it? Rogue One, a Star Wars story. That's awesome. It's powerful. What do you think? You excited?
Yeah, Pablo's like he wants to see it in IMAX. But there's a part in the
IMAX,
trailer that there's like a beach, and then you
Mhm.
see a Jedi. Did you see it, that part?
Oh, it was like the desert. I think it was a
mountains
desert.
form.
Yeah.
I swear I saw a beach, like waves crashing into
Oh,
it.
maybe.
I don't know, but it's like
a giant statue
yeah,
or something.
Pablo and I are wondering like what that means. Like, does that mean that it's like a different location?
Yeah,
Like,
they're I think it's different planets.
Yeah. I mean, they travel. I mean, they can travel really anywhere that they
Yeah.
please.
What's cool is like it's a whole universe that we've never seen.
Yeah.
We've only seen a handful of planets, and they can do anything pretty much.
Galaxy
Yeah.
far, far away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It happened. In the documentary
it's
Star
real.
Wars. Yeah.
Historical.
Historical fact. Yeah. And then again, where you didn't know, I mean, obviously he existed. Vader was there.
Oh, man.
And just
I got
seeing
so many chills when
Darth
Darth
Vader.
Vader came out.
Yeah. And I hope Vader just like kills everybody. Like he just comes up. I mean, obviously a lot of these characters aren't going to make it into episode 4. I mean, you don't see them in continuity. Maybe some survive that'll pop up in like maybe the future ones, episode 8 or something. But currently, even that general or the Grand Moff, the one with the white, I don't know his name yet.
Yeah. Well, no. Going back to Darth Vader, though,
Mhm.
the thing that I'm so excited about is that in episode 3, we didn't see him go like, well, we did, but not go full on Darth Vader,
Mhm.
you know? And I mean, Anakin changed at the very end. And then jump to episode 4. You know, if we're gonna
Sure,
talk about
continuity.
continuity wise, we jump to episode 4, and he's already in Death Star killing everybody.
Mhm.
And so this, we're gonna see what he did in between,
Like in his
how
prime,
he
maybe?
was, yeah, how he got to where he was in at the point of episode 4, which I'm that's what I'm so excited
See,
about.
yeah, we've never seen where you hear the stories. You know, it's funny, the lore, and maybe it's appropriate here. You hear the stories of how Vader went and hunted the Jedi. And I hope there's some Jedi hunting here. I mean, hope it's not like they're going to skip it again. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I really want to see him, like at least a couple of scenes where it establishes, hey, that's true. He went out there and he was hunting the
Murdered
leftover,
everyone.
murdering leftover Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
And
Killed younglings.
he killed younglings. You know, how can you do that? Yeah, and do that in like cool lightsaber fights. I want to see. And just like tear people apart. Like I want to see that, which is cool. And I think it has like a darker tone. I don't know if it's going to have that humor or the lightheartedness of episode
It'll
7.
probably be that droid that we saw.
Oh, he's awesome.
He's probably gonna be the comic
Comic
relief,
relief.
I think, because
But
everyone is so serious that we've seen so
Yeah.
far. So he'll probably
He
be
also too though, like what does he say? Oh, I was gonna murder you, or I forgot what the line was in the first one, you know. And there's a game called Knights of the Old Republic, and they have a droid in there. His name's HK-47, older game, and he has the same type of humor. He calls people meat bags, and you know,
Yeah.
it's just really cool. This droid with an attitude, not the typical R2D2 or C3PO, or that's it, right?
BB-8.
Or BB-8 had a lot of personality. For
He
being a
was
little,
hilarious.
That's cool. You have a BB-8 right there. It's his cousin right here. This one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I can't wait. Can't wait. Last thoughts on Rogue One.
Just oh man,
I know
I
you were like
can't.
crying and so excited.
No, that's how I get when
Yeah.
it's because Star Wars, like it's just it has everything I think that I love. It has
Mm-hmm.
sci-fi and it has politics and like love, like just like everything in one film. Action, just
Yeah. It's cool.
so good. Like I can't even with Star Wars.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for Star Wars as well. Like episode 7, we didn't hardly talk about it. I think we want to talk about it later. Probably rewatch it.
Its own, yeah.
Yeah, like rewatch episode 7, and right before maybe Rogue One, we'll do a whole episode 7 podcast, Star Wars podcast, to get ready for it.